Breaking news. Aaron Rodgers and the Packers have reportedly agreed to a new 4-year, $200 million contract. Get this, $153 million guaranteed. That deal will make him the highest paid player in NFL history. Finally, an end to all the speculation. Shannon, what's your reaction?
Well, finally, we have a resolution to this. There's no more speculating about him leaving Green Bay, Denver, Pittsburgh had all of a sudden gotten into the mix. But that's mine. That's a game changer, that kind of money, Skip. $153 million. I don't know if we've ever had anybody have that kind of money guaranteed at $153, $200 million. That's a lot of money. I mean, and he's deserving of it, Skip. But the thing is that he's got to pay it off. He's got to give him a championship and one over the next 4 years, Skip. He has to pay. He's too good, too great of a player to be that arm talented, to be that physically talented, to have those kind of the numbers, the touchdown to interception ratio, Skip, the MVPs.
Yep.
To only taste the nectar one time. But I'm not surprised. We knew it was going to take some kind of number in order for him to stay in Green Bay. Maybe that's what he was angling for all along. I do think he was upset, Skip, that they took a quarterback, didn't give him any heads up because they thought, and he let it be known because every chance he got, I think I interrupted somebody's plans. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm pretty sure not everybody's happy about this success. But I'm glad he put that behind him. I'm glad, hey, he can finish his career in Green Bay, and hopefully he can pay it off over the next 3 or 4 years with the championship.
So here's what Aaron Rodgers just pulled off. He just stunk up yet another fourth quarter of another home playoff game as the number 1 seed once again. And in losing, he won the biggest deal in NFL history. And you can't tell me that the Jordan Love pick wasn't instrumental in all this because it did restart his engine. Oh, did it? Because he responded with back-to-back regular season MVPs and back-to-back number 1 seeds, right?
Yes.
And all of a sudden, to your point, Green Bay is stuck with Aaron Rodgers. And it's not the worst place to be stuck. But I told you from the start, he wanted to go nowhere but to stay in Green Bay. And he dropped all kinds of hints.
He wanted to beg, huh?
Yeah. And they did. He turned himself, he managed to do this. He is a master media manipulator. He has turned himself back into a sympathetic figure, a please don't leave Aaron figure in the offseason after another stinker of a home playoff loss.
Yeah, but we see through that. The last 2 years, bro, you come up, those 2 years that you won the MVP, you come up small in the playoffs. The regular season, you were sensational. I believe both years you should have been the MVP.
And he was.
As great as you were in the playoffs, you were equally as bad. As great as you were in the regular season,
correct.
You were equally as bad in the playoffs.
Okay, so here we go, and we look at the bigger picture, and he is now 38 years of age.
Yeah.
He is making the most money anybody's ever made in this league, and yet he went to one long ago, far away Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. He did win that. He was the MVP of that, but it was 11 seasons ago. Right. And since then, he is 7-9 in the postseason.
Right.
7-9?
Right.
With a 1-4 record in NFC championship games, including a home loss to Tom Brady, obviously, a year ago.
Would you be surprised if he won the MVP again next year? I wouldn't. He's just that good, Skip.
And I haven't heard the end of this, but I assume they're tagging Devontae, and I assume that's why he wanted to make sure Devontae was going to remain a Packer.
Man, they can't tag Devontae. Devontae said, y'all just gave that man $153 million. Y'all better give me y'all gave him $200 million. Give me $153.
Okay, well, I don't think that'll fit under the cap. And by the way, I'm assuming this is actually a team-friendly kind of a deal because they were strapped.
Yeah.
And once you make a deal like this and spread it over 4 years, and I'm not sure Aaron will remain there for 4 years.
Right.
He is going to retire Packer. I told you he wanted to retire Packer. Mm-hmm. I kept telling you he wants no part of Denver, being a savior, being the next Peyton Manning. Yeah. Going to the AFC West to contend with Mahomes and Herbert and
Josh Allen.
Yeah, I mean in the AFC.
Yeah, the AFC. Yeah.
Okay, but the point is, what a sweet ride you got here, because it's still Detroit, and Chicago's better, but they're not a big threat. Is Minnesota with the new coach from there? Is that any threat to Aaron Rodgers and company? No. Can't you cakewalk through that division again next year? Yes, you can. So he's looking at it like, I got it made in the shade, because, yeah, I love it here. They love me. I'm actually holding them hostage once again because I got exactly what I wanted.
That's exactly what he did, Skip. He waterboarded them.
Yep, he did.
He did.
Okay.
And he extracted all the cash. He didn't get information. He got money out of this one. You know, you try to get intel. He's like, nah, I need money. Okay. And I need a bunch of it.
So right here, right now, would I say they have a real good shot of going 6-0 in that division?
Yeah.
Yeah, real good shot. Right?
Yeah.
And if you go 6-0 in the division, could that not springboard you to another number 1 seed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's what I say, Skip. I mean, we haven't seen. I mean, the guy. I think he has one season in which he's thrown double-digit interceptions. So with Devontae coming back, and you know there are some receivers that's going to be available. I mean, are you willing to take less than a market deal to get an opportunity to play opposite a Devontae and to get passes thrown by Aaron Rodgers? Now you're going to have to work something out with now. If you bring Aaron Rodgers back, Skip, you got to go for it again. So now you got to rework Preston and Zadarius Smith. You've got to work their deals.
I'm not sure Zadarius wants to stay, but
Skip, he gonna want his money. He like, hey, I got 26 sacks in 2 years. I was hurt last year, but I know I can still play at a high level.
Okay, so but by the end of the year, that defense was looking like it was at least a top 5, if not a top
Rashawn
3.
Gary, Kenny Clark, they got some nice pieces. Jai Alexander played. They're gonna lose Douglas. Rasul Douglas, Skip, he gone.
Well, he was like a salvation revelation.
Yeah. Somebody gonna pay him market value at the corner position. Green Bay cannot do that.
Okay.
You're probably gonna lose Campbell too.
I don't know.
How you gonna pay him?
I just think. Remember, this helped them against the cap. That they can actually reduce what they were going to have to pay, because they were going to owe him $46 million, and it was going to be so guaranteed it was going to strap them.
So now, instead of being 46 this year, so it's probably 25 million. You probably save them $25 million against the cap.
It will help them.
Right.
So I want to congratulate our man, Lil Wayne. He's got Aaron Rodgers back, but I'm not sure that's a great thing.
He gonna have to skip. He got to pay this one off. You got to pay this off, Skip, with a championship. As simple as that.
Yes, he does. Great stuff, guys. And this comes just hours before the franchise tag deadline as well, 4 o'clock Eastern, when we should find out more about Davante Adams. All right, we're going to keep an eye on this story as it develops. Stick around. Much more Undisputed up. Warriors game over the weekend. Phil Jackson's role with the team is coming under the spotlight. The former Lakers coach has apparently been advising the team's owner and his former fiancee, by the way, Jeannie Buss, regarding the complicated dynamics of the Russell Westbrook situation all season long. Shannon, what do you think this means?
It shouldn't mean anything. I don't know what the hell she's asking him for. To do what? What advice would I take from Phil Jackson, Skip? Because he built no roster in Chicago. Jerry Krause built that. He built no roster with the Lakers. Jerry West did that.
Correct.
Okay, he had a
tried. Yeah.
He had a chance in the New York Knicks. Phil Jackson, when he got it, they were a 37-win team. In year 1, they won 17 games. In year 2, they won 32 games. In year 3, they won 31 games. His draft, Clee Anthony early, 34th, Thanasis Antetokounmpo, Nikola Jokic with the 41st overall. He did draft Kristaps Porzingis. Miles Turner went after him. So did Devin Booker. He had no draft picks in 2016. He gave Joakim Noah 4 years, $72 million. Joakim Noah spent more time out in New York than he did actually in Madison Square Garden playing for the Knicks. In 2017, he drafted Frank Ntilikina and Damon Dotson. Donovan Mitchell, Bam Adebayo was still there. Why the hell would I ask Phil Jackson anything about building a roster? What he did with the Knicks, he bulldozed the roster, tried to build it back up, and bulldozed it again. And I'm asking him, what? Look, I'm not denying Phil's a great coach, but when you got he coached 3 guys, you can make a case of top 15 all time. Mike, whatever place you want to put him first, second, whatever you want to put him. Kobe, Shaq, throw Scotty in there. But the other 3 are top 15, no matter how you slice it.
Yes, sir.
And that's what he had for the lion's share of his career.
He did.
So, Jeannie, what are you asking him? you know, your reports about, you know, the run.